Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the Plant with Purpose annual gala. Give yourself a nice round of applause coming outside and joining us. Thank you. And while you're at it, everybody wave to the camera right over there. I've got our virtual audience coming in with us from all over the country, maybe even all over the world. We're so glad to have you with us. My name is Mike Hogan. If you've been here before, you've probably seen me. I'm going to be your MC, your host, your auctioneer tonight. I'm going to be the guy that's asking you to help donate a little cash to support Plant with Purpose in their incredible mission. All right, for my live bidders, that is you folks right out here in front of me. You all got bid numbers, right? So when we get ready for the Fund a Need or the live auction, you simply raise them up. For my virtual audience, you should have the hand bid app. And as I go through the various dollar amounts for the Fund a Need, when I find an amount that suits you, you just go ahead and click on that amount. It's pretty simple. Anybody out there in the virtual world that wants to pay by check, not by credit card, you can do that. Basically what you'll do at the end of the event, when you check out on hand bid, it will give you an amount as to how much you've donated, purchased in the silent auction, whatever it may be, and you can just mail a check to Plant with Purpose, and then we will close your invoice about that time. So ladies and gentlemen, here's one of my favorite guys. He's the man behind Plant with Purpose. He's been steering the ship literally for a long, long time. We're going to bring him on stage, if you would. Please welcome Scott Sabin.
Welcome to the 2021 Planting Hope Gala. It is such a blessing to celebrate with you tonight, whether you're here with us in person or online. Well, I think we would all agree that it's been a difficult year. One thing I've heard repeatedly is how hard things seem to be right now. In many cases, it feels like bad news keeps coming. I don't want to gloss over the challenges that people are facing, the very real tragedy that some of us have had to deal with, or the hardship that our partnering families around the world are dealing with right now. However, tonight, I am excited to share with you some really good news of which we and you have been a part this year. As you know, in our work to restore creation and families, to reverse deforestation and poverty, we use a three-pronged approach. First, we start savings groups, which help very poor families to mobilize their money, empowering them economically. We pair those with farmer field schools to develop a synergy between regenerative agriculture and economic growth, restoring the land. The third element of the package is spiritual renewal. Let me see if I can. We work with local churches, helping them to provide the tools for people to grow closer to God and to live with hope and with expectation. Now, most of us in Plant with Purpose are not pastors. We come from different professions. We bring other specialties that we offer to God, whether those be scientific, agriculture, or business skills. So talking about where God is at work is often not our default. I include myself in that. But that means it's easy for us to overlook some of the ways that God is at work and some of the most important things that are taking place. Recently, I was with a number of our international leaders talking about the role of spiritual renewal in our program, and I found myself incredibly encouraged by what they had to say. One of the things that they all agreed on is it's not the third part of our program. Rather, it is absolutely foundational. Richard, our director in Tanzania, for the last 10 years, told me that when he first started, he saw it as something that was just an add-on, another thing that he had to do. But now he realized that one of the reasons we're experiencing remarkable results is because of the personal transformation taking place, something that a lot of other programs have struggled with. Dorbel, our Dominican director, goes so far as to say that it's the most important thing we do. Through difficult experience, he and I have learned that oftentimes helping someone to be more prosperous financially and to earn more money leads to a whole bunch of other problems, including broken families sometimes. Now, the people we serve are some of the poorest people in the world, subsistence farmers, people who grow their own food on whatever land no one else wants, oftentimes steep hillsides, rocky mountainsides with almost no topsoil, completely dependent on the rain that falls on it, and able to feed their families maybe one meal a day or even less. They're also some of the most disempowered people that you will find anywhere. They have been told time and time and time again that they have nothing to contribute, nothing to offer that anybody else wants. That message is reinforced by everyone from the market, which gives no value to anything that they can produce on their farms, to the media, which lifts up those who are material or prosperous, to their own governments, which consider them backwards and the barrier to progress, and often even our own children, or their own children. Josh Chalo, our new Vice President of International Programs, actually grew up on a small farm in Kenya. And he tells me that smallholder farmers, or peasant farmers as they're known, are actually considered to be social outcasts. I don't know if you can imagine how incredibly damaging that would be to your sense of self-worth or your idea of your value in God's eyes, or to your agency or sense of your ability to change anything. It's usually even worse for women. Evelyn, one of our senior staff in Mexico, was telling me about the workshops they do with indigenous women in Oaxaca, where they begin to learn about their identity in Christ. A woman will say, I don't know how to do anything worthwhile. Are you sure? Evelyn says, are you sure? You can make giant tortillas that I don't know how to make. You know how to plant vegetables and grow lots of corn and beans that I don't know how to grow. You know how to do lots of things. She challenges them to think of what all they know how to do, and they begin to get excited as they realize that they do have gifts. You are created in the image of God, she tells them, and given unique talents and gifts. This is a common theme in a lot of our teaching throughout our work. Farmers learn that not only are they created in the image of God, but that God was, in effect, the first farmer, planting a garden and then placing humans in that garden to tend it and to steward it and cultivate it. And that job has been passed on directly to them. Work is a gift from God. And as followers of Christ, we are all, each of us, you, me, every farmer around the world, given the incredible privilege, and I do mean privilege, of contributing unique gifts and talents back to God as participants in God's great plan of redemption. If the subsistence farmers, the peasant farmers of Burundi, have gifts and talents to contribute to God's kingdom, how much more have we been given to contribute? We together are Christ's hands and feet in the world. Now, we work in a lot of communities that are already nominally Christian, but many churches preach a gospel that stops at salvation. And as important as that is, it often has no implications for how people live their lives. I once had a guerrilla leader, a warlord, essentially, tell me that he had considered himself to be a Christian his entire life. But he never realized it applied to anything besides Sunday before until our staff started working in the area. In this narrow vision of the gospel, pastors have something to offer, but once again, farmers are left out in the cold. once again, they have nothing to contribute. Stewardship of creation, creation care, cast their work in a completely different light. Christ is reconciling all things, whether things in heaven or things on earth, and has given us the ministry of reconciliation. Farmers practicing regenerative agriculture and agroforestry are on the cutting edge of reconciling creation with human beings, reconciling those who are called to steward creation with that which they were called to steward. This gives farmers an incredible sense of purpose and meaning as they begin to go about their daily work, especially today as the world turns its eyes on issues of deforestation, land degradation, and climate change. Farmers play a huge role in any solution to those issues. In a very real sense, the last have become the first, and the least have become the greatest in their ability to make a difference. And to me, that's a real kingdom story. In fact, as the world looks more and more to nature-based solutions to climate change, and tree planting is an answer to some of our problems, Planet with Purpose finds ourselves in a unique position with tremendous and unprecedented opportunity. People are seeking us out. And that comes not just because of our experience in tree planting. Our partnering families, by the way, have now planted over 43 million trees. But more importantly, it comes because we do it in partnership with the people who live on and depend on that land. As we work to restore the land, the people who live there are our partners, not our projects, and certainly not obstacles. And that means we are being sought out. But it's the stories of those people who live there that really excite me and keep me going. Stories of people like Lorena from Oaxaca. She recently shared before, I didn't know the people in my purpose group well. Now that we work together, our way of seeing each other has completely changed. We realize that we're very different from what we thought. I hear Lorena and I wonder if there's anything we can learn from her. But she goes on to say, even the way I see myself and my own value has changed. Before, I was very aggressive. I got angry easy. I yelled and was annoyed at everything. After I heard what was being taught, it helped me control my anger, not yell so much, and live with everyone. I realized I needed to change in order to have a good relationship with my family and my neighbors. I also recognize that God is the one who gives us everything we have, and I'm thankful for that. Or I think of a story that I recently heard from Congo, where even the local bandits, the armed groups, the guerrilla groups, have noticed the change that's taking place in the communities we work. They sent a messenger to our local director. Very interesting message. The message was, we see what's happening, but we respect what's happening, and we'll leave you alone. There are a lot of stories like this, but data is also important because it's the data that lets us know that the impact is widespread, that poverty has been cut by more than 50%. It tells us that these types of stories are not one-off, they're not cherry-picked, but they're happening over and over and over again on a widespread scale. And I get really excited about that. I also get excited about the vision for what a transformed watershed could look like. We organize our work around watersheds, drainage areas that collect the rain that falls on them and delivers it to a stream, a river, or a lake. Each watershed typically contains a number of communities or villages, and we want them to be filled with flourishing families. More prosperous, yes, but also filled with God's love, filled with purpose, demonstrating compassion for one another and working together to bring about change. The vision also includes flourishing churches, churches that are growing, but also ministering to whole people and meeting the needs of both their members and their communities. Finally, the vision is one of flourishing creation, restored soil fertility to grow more food, and healthy water resources. After all, that's what a watershed does. When a watershed is healthy, water is filtered, stream flow is moderated, and water is available for crops and households. But flourishing creation doesn't end with human well-being. We've seen biodiversity increase where we've been working, and we eagerly watch for the return of animals and birds that had vanished. Our interaction with nature doesn't need to be a zero-sum game in which we make the false choice between helping people or helping nature. The thing is, this isn't just a fantasy. We have seen these changes taking place, and we've measured them empirically. I get really excited about that. We're currently working in 41 watersheds and serving just over 300,000 people. But that's just the beginning. This year has gone incredibly well. So well, we sat down and we reevaluated our strategic plan, Thrive 25, and adjusted all the goals upward. We now expect to be working in nearly twice or more than twice as many watersheds within the next 4 years and serving nearly 900,000 people by 2025. We're currently working on plans to begin program in a 9th country, Malawi, even as we're looking at how we can continue to scale up in the existing 8. But I have to share that a part of my own dream is that these little miracles, these 41 little miracles that we've been privileged to participate in, privileged to work with, can begin to capture the imagination of a world that's literally starved for good news. A world that's wallowing in bad news right now. We live at a time in which, sadly, the story of where God is at work in the world doesn't travel anywhere near as fast or forcefully as the story of where evil is at play. I think we can change that. There's no doubt these stories have already captured the attention of their neighbors. We found that we don't need to work with everyone in a watershed before neighbors teach neighbors. Savings groups begin to start spontaneously. Churches grow and meet needs on their own. And we find that we can graduate entire watersheds. We've even found that when we arrive at new watersheds, the work is easier because news does travel. And when we get there, the local leaders and pastors are ready and waiting and eager to get started. Well, I don't want to leave you with the idea that everything is perfect. We still live in a fallen world, and we are not ushering in the kingdom of God. Offering glimpses, perhaps, a witness for sure. But in fact, the work we do is incredibly fragile. I think of our friends in Haiti right now and elsewhere, and I acknowledge the fact that the success we're experiencing is solely by the grace of God. It's often done in the shadow of conflict, hopelessness, and despair. But you know what? The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. I am so blessed to be a part of this, and so thankful to you all for being a part of this as well. Thank you for your role in helping to bring about these miracles.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to direct your attention to the screen to see our Global Impact video.
Lamentablemente lamentablemente vivimos en un mundo tan difícil, tan problemático. El sueño de esta familia es tener una vida mejor. Problemas, dificultades nos enfrentamos a diario. En la familia siempre hemos cultivado para el consumo propio, pero lo hacíamos de una manera rudimentaria. Aunque plantábamos, la producción era muy mínima.
El trabajo que se hacía porque no rendía, entonces era muy poco lo que a veces teníamos que llevar a la plaza. Era muy poco porque no sabíamos cómo cultivarlos, ¿no? Entonces, pues nos esforzábamos por tratarlo de hacer mejor, pero a veces no, la producción que sacábamos pues no era de lo mejor que quisiéramos, ¿no?
Los ingenieros nos enseñaron ahora y de esta manera no tener una pérdida en tu cosecha. Y el primer proyecto que mencionamos en cuanto a planta es el invernadero, de cómo se podía plantar teniendo un ingreso mucho mayor al que estábamos recibiendo anteriormente. El año pasado participamos ahora con un gallinero. Esta pandemia del COVID-19, durante todo ese tiempo nosotros no nos vimos en la necesidad de comprar un solo huevo, porque fue suficiente para poder alimentar, en el caso de la familia. Los proyectos que trae Misión vienen acompañados también con plantar, reforestación, porque a final de cuentas eso es lo que necesitamos, poder vivir o tratar de tener una vida mejor. Si no te esfuerzas, no tienes nada. El trabajo es un don, es un galardón que Dios nos ha dado.
De hecho, el trabajo lo tenemos que ver como una bendición de parte de Dios, ¿no? Entonces todo es satisfactorio, ¿no? El sembrar, el poder cultivar nuestras propias verduras, pues es parte del trabajo, porque no vamos a esperar que todo caiga de allá arriba. Tenemos nosotros que hacer el trabajo.
Considero que es esencial tener espacios verdes con suficientes árboles, porque a final de cuentas ese era un propósito desde un principio de la creación. El simple hecho de plantar proporciona a las personas algo que es indispensable en esta vida, que es el oxígeno. Hoy puedo decir con certeza que he plantado más de 1000 plantas en un espacio tan pequeño que me ha dado a ganar suficiente dinero como para poder tener una vida mejor junto con mi familia. Y hay un ser que nos da todo, en este caso Dios. Esperamos seguir produciendo de la tierra, seguir plantando con un propósito, ya sea personal o hacia las personas de allá afuera. Tengo una fe que espero que en el futuro se haga realidad, de que este mundo va a ser mucho mejor en el futuro.
Read the subtitles very well, or don't speak Spanish. Yeah, that was kind of a neat effect. I like that. That was fun. Basically, let me sum that up in 3 words. Plant with Purpose changed that family's life. Okay, it's 4 words. I had the pleasure of going on a mission trip with Plant with Purpose a couple of years ago to the Dominican Republic. My dear friend Kirsty, and it changed my life. I got to see what your money did. There's charities that go and give food and drop off things and This is not what Plant with Purpose does. They teach people how to farm. They teach people how to save. They help foster their religious community. I saw it. These people were so happy with so little. And everyone I talked to, it was a direct result of what Plant with Purpose did. Is if you couldn't understand that gentleman, he was basically talking about how a few years ago before Plant with Purpose, he couldn't feed his family. They didn't have enough crops to grow. Because of Plant with Purpose and what they've learned, they're able to do that now. And the way they do that is with your help, ladies and gentlemen. So I've got my dear friend Christy on stage. She's been with me the last couple of years. Well, we skipped last year. We were feeling lazy. No, we couldn't. We obviously couldn't be here either, and we definitely missed it. But Christy's going to come on up here. She's going to explain the funded need, what the money will do at each level, and then I'm going to go ahead and be the bad guy and ask you to raise those paddles and donate. For my virtual audience out there, I have my handy-dandy iPad, so I'll be able to see your donations come in. Now, we do have a little bit of a lag, so if I don't acknowledge you immediately, please hang tight. But before I even get started on that, I was so happy to see we had a donation. Malcolm Smith, $8,000 before we even started. I don't know how he came up with $8,000, but thank you, Malcolm, wherever you may be. We had some other donations that came in that totaled $12,000 during the week of giving, so thanks to all those. Gregory donated $2,500. We had another anonymous donation at $2,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is we're off to a great start, and we need you guys to help us get it over the finish line. So I'm going to turn it over to Christy here, and she's going to tell you a little bit about each item. You'll be able to see it on the screen, and then get those. Everybody knows where the bid number is, right? Hold it up proudly. Find that bid number. If you haven't found it up yet, you're going to need $148, $100,000. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to turn it over to Christy.
Yeah, so everybody, thank you again. Our first item here is reversing rural poverty at $25,000. So this is huge. I often talk about how at Plant with Purpose, what we do is not easy. We pick the hard way all the time to do what we do, but we do that because we know that it works so well. We've been evaluating the impact of our work for several years, and what we've learned is that there is a real impact on families' poverty levels after they've been partnering with us for just a little while. So we've seen a 55% reduction in poverty in the places where we're working. And what does that mean? That's a great question. It means different things to different people. That's a 55% reduction. So in the Democratic Republic of Congo, when we started working there, we met families who were eating just a meal a day, maybe two on a good day, and now they're eating 3 meals a day. And they're starting to think about growing and building their businesses and investing in their future. We're seeing families who previously had to choose, do I take my daughter out of school or do I take grandma to the hospital? Now starting to send their daughters not just to elementary school, but to secondary school, which is a great sign of investment in their communities. Basically, what we have found is that 55% reduction in poverty is the difference between making impossible choices about life and making hopeful choices, being able to think about building a greenhouse or buying another plot of land, maybe adding on to your house or eating more. So join us.
We're going to go ahead and start at that first dollar amount. You're going to tell them what it's going to do, or do you want me to do that?
Sorry, I didn't plan this very well. So
okay.
$25,000.
You just had a baby. It's okay.
Reverse rural poverty. That goes towards our whole program in a watershed. It's equipping 1,000 individuals with the skills and hope to dream and make those dreams a reality.
Awesome. Thanks. Once again, 25,000 will equip 200. Imagine the impact you could have, not on one family, not on 5 families, but 200 families, exactly like what we just saw in that video, with the hopes to make their dreams bigger and the skills necessary to do that. And ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a big ask, but I'm so grateful. Before we get started, I got word that we have an anonymous donor that could not be here tonight that is already committed to the $25,000 level. So give them a round of applause. I don't know if it was he or her or a couple or what it was, but we've got one at $25,000. Who else can find it in their hearts to go ahead and donate at the $25,000 level? Bidder 125, thank you very much. Congratulations. You just took us to $50,000. That is awesome. Do we have, I mean, It wouldn't be right if I did. Wait a minute, we have one more in the back. That little baby just donated $25,000. Bidder 108. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is $75,000. One more donor out there making an even 100. I know you make Scott smile. Hey, I gotta ask, do we have one more person out there that can find it in their heart to donate? I mean, I'm thrilled with where we're at right now, but my job is to ask for more. Anyone? Yes.
I just heard that we got another $50,000 towards the match.
Okay.
So all the gifts tonight will be matched up to now $300,000.
Awesome. So every dollar you're spending until we hit $300,000 is doubled. Last pass at $25,000. If not, round of applause for our anonymous donor and our 2 in-room donors. Thank you very much. I'm looking online. Do we have anybody that came in at $25,000? Once again, my virtual audience, just click on the donations. I'm going to see them. It may be slightly delayed. All right, we're going to find a level for everybody. We realize not everybody can support at the $25,000, but we know you're here because you want to help. So we're going to have a dollar level for everybody, and I'm going to turn it back over to Christy to tell you what the next dollar level will do.
Thanks, and thank you for your generosity. This is just amazing to watch. The next level is a really exciting one. Scott talked about this a little bit in his talk. It's Point the Way to Christ at $12,500. So Scott was talking about a family who had been a guerrilla fighter, who knew that he knew God. He was a Christian. He always had faith, but never really knew that it meant anything more than just going to church on Sundays. And through encountering Plant with Purpose and some of the pastors that we are partnering with, he realized that faith is so much more. It transforms the way you think about your community, maybe the way he thinks about his marriage. That particular guy, I know, he started working with his wife in the field, and they just saw a massive increase in what they were able to produce. We've seen a lot of people being able to be generous. That's one of the things that comes up in our impact evaluation, is that people are helping their neighbor more often after going through the Plant with Purpose program. But in general, we don't know what God is going to do in the lives of people. All we know is that we need to connect people to God, help deepen those relationships. So this $12,500 is going to go towards our program of partnering with churches, some Bible studies, training, helping people connect with God a little bit more deeply.
All right, thank you, Christy. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a gentleman tap me during the silent auction, and he asked me, what are the dollar amounts for the fund to need? He knew we were going to have one, and I went down, and none of those satisfied him. He liked $15,000. I don't have any problem if you pick a number other than what I asked for, so you just tell me what it is. So I want to thank bidder 113, wherever you're at out there. I don't know where you're at, for $15,000 to get us started, but now the official number is $12,500, and for my virtual audience out there, once again, all you need to do is click on the number that says 12.5 should be popping up on your hand bid screen. When I was over in the Dominican Republic, I got to visit 3 churches in 3 different villages, and to call them churches is not like what we see here in the States. One was an open air. Basically, it had a roof over the top, no sides, but the families gathered there. There had to be at least 100, and they worshiped, and that is a huge part of the Plant with Purpose mission, ladies and gentlemen. So your $12,500 donation can help support the local church leaders, ladies and gentlemen, to get the things they need, Bible-based resources and empowerment. Who would like to join us at the $12,500 level? I'm looking for one generous donor, either online. Apologize if I'm looking at my iPad. I swear I'm not watching Netflix, but looking for those donors. 111 at $12,500. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. Who would like to join donor 1111? And I'm kind of moving on this way so I can see both sides of you. We went from an inside ballroom to keep everybody safe to an outside lawn and had to change it around. So I have 111 at 12.5. Anyone else would like to join at the $12,500 level? It'll only hurt for a second when you put your hand up, but know you'll be doing a lot of good, ladies and gentlemen. The help you'll be providing will last for a long, long time. Is there anyone else at the $12,500 level? Looking around the room, if you would, a round of applause for my supporter right over there, 111. Thank you very much at that level. And again, hang tight. We're going to find a level for everybody. Christy?
We have a lot more exciting things coming up. So thank you very much. The next one is at $8,000, launch a farmer field school. So again, at Plant with Purpose, we've learned that helping families grow out of poverty, transforming the environment is complicated. And the simple way is not always the best way. So farmer field schools are a great way of teaching. Essentially, what we're doing is we're helping families experience what we're talking about. So in a farmer field school, we'll often have a moment where we throw out an idea, we can tell someone about a new technique that we know is going to have a huge impact on their farm yields, on the health of their watershed, and then we say, just give it a shot, try it. Try this and your other thing. And what we find through that process is, A, we have a really high adoption rate of the techniques that we teach, but B, people teach us things. And it's kind of a two-way street where we're learning just as much as we're able to teach, and that's part of why our program works so well. It's responsive. So $8,000 will equip 60 families through farmer field schools.
And once again, those things are so important. In the video, you saw the farmer and his family. They had a greenhouse. They'd never had one of those before. They learned how to do that. And the amazing thing that I found when I was over there is how many of the families didn't know the right crops to plant, which crops would actually be best in their environment, and which times of the year to plant them. So that education portion of it was huge, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, your $8,000 will help 80 families. That is a lot of bang for your buck. Donor 124 at $8,000. Thank you very much. Who would like to join Donor 124 at the $8,000 level? Bidder 332 and 336. All at the same table, $16,000 there. Thank you very much. Bidder 166 on my right-hand side. Thank you at the $8,000 level. That is 4. I've got bidder 179 at $8,000. That makes it 5 for $40,000 we've raised. How about $48,000? Anyone else want to join at that $8,000 level to help 80 families literally learn how to plant what they need to plant, learn how to grow what they need to grow to sustain themselves throughout the year and not be dependent upon anyone else? I've had 5 donors at that level, which is awesome. Anyone else? Last call. And by the way, if anybody out there is like shy like I am, you know, I'm kind of a wallflower, and you want to make a donation at any level and you don't want to raise your hand, please, at any time, if you see one of our volunteers when we're done, just let them know what amount you'd like to donate and give them your paddle number, and they'll take it from there. I want to look real quick. Oh, Cindy Chen. I didn't want to forget Cindy's on our virtual audience. $8,000. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate it. We appreciate it. And we also had several others come in, Robin and Becky and Ian, at different dollar amounts. And again, we appreciate your support. So that is incredible. 6 donors at the $8,000 level. God bless you. Congratulations. Back to Christy.
Thank you. Empower economic growth. This is one of my favorite things. I studied business, so this is what I was all about. But what we have found in our program is that we teach a method called savings groups, and we gather together about 30 families who can all save a little bit together, and then they can borrow from that pool of savings. We find that in that process, most of the financial needs within a community can be met within their own community, and that it just spurs people on to dream of new things that they can achieve. And I'm not really sure what's most impactful, the actual savings mechanism or the access to loans, or just the community that helps people think of creative solutions to the challenges that they're facing. It's probably all of that, but what we've found is that the people who partner with Plant with Purpose have about 2.5 months of expenses saved. That's huge. I don't know if I have that all the time. The comparison group only has 1 month, so that is a massive impact of our program. So your $5,000 gift will launch a new purpose group providing 30 families with financial literacy, a safe place to build emergency savings, access to loans, and new tools to generate additional income.
Thanks very much. And again, I keep hating to go back to my experiences, but that's the best way I can tell you firsthand what I saw. So many great meaning organizations go to places and just give money, and that doesn't help these people. I sat in a concrete building with a tin roof, and it was about 98 degrees, and it was a dirt floor, and I thought, what are we doing here? And they said, well, this is the Village Savings and Loan. This is their weekly meeting. And I said, okay. So I sat there, and there had to be at least 40 villagers in there, and they went around to each villager, one person at a time, and they said how much they were going to put into the savings account. There were a few that were starting businesses. One was, what was she doing? It was something, ladies like facial products and whatnot. So she was taking out a loan. But the bottom line is, and I forget, Scott alluded to the number, how much money is in the VSAs right now total, Scott? Over $8 million they have of their own money, not your money. Well, your money helped educate them how to do it, but it wasn't your money directly. So these VSAs are huge. You know, teach a farmer to give them food, and they're good for a week. You teach them how to plant, and they're good for the rest of their lives. It's the same thing with the VSAs. So this $5,000, trust me, it is incredible. It was in it, and all the money's kept in a lockbox, and there's a lock, and there's 3 of the people in the village that have a key. So it takes 3 of them to open it up and make a decision, and it's the craziest thing I ever saw, but there's $8 million they've saved doing this. $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. I'm willing to bet at the end of this year, you're not going to miss out on anything big if you help us out tonight at the $5,000 level, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Please raise those paddles if you're in. 313, thank you very much. Right, I was twisting his arm right here. Thank you. Bidder 118 in the back. Thank you. Is that a 1? Is that upside down, or is that a 1? There we go, 150. Thank you very much. $5,000. Bidder 317 at $5,000. Thank you very much. How about this side of the room? Bidder 316 at $5,000. Thank you very much. And I'm looking at my iPad. Come on, we've got to have a couple more donors at the $5,000 level. It's such an easy number. It just boom, bang. Write a check, put it on your credit card. It won't hurt a bit. $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone else at the $5,000 level? Nobody took a vacation like last year. You got a little extra cash in the bank. It's okay. That's sport plan with purpose. Anyone else at $5,000? I want to look to my virtual donors. Once again, I don't want to forget you guys out there. Please just click on your little iPad, phone, whatever you're bidding on, and it will come through. And when I see it come through, I will acknowledge it. Last pass at $5,000. There's a little delay to my virtual audience, so if I don't get you immediately, I will get to it as soon as I see it. Again, a huge round of applause for all those supporters at the $5,000 levels. Thank you for helping us set up the Village Savings and Loans. We greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. This next one kind of brings it all together. In the purpose groups is what we call them. We've got that savings component. We've also got the farmer field school, the agriculture training. Together, those things lead to substantial yield increases. We see that farmers who are working with Plant with Purpose have 37% higher yield on their crops. But they also are growing a wider diversity of crops. So they've got a bunch of different types of food coming in the door. Some of that they sell. We know that a lot of that they eat. So they're having more food, more meals, more diversity of food that they're eating. And all together, that leads to an improvement in nutrition among the families that we partner with. So $2,500 gives 20 families the tools that they need to grow more crops and to provide the full range of nutrients that their kids need to grow healthy and strong.
$2,500 donation making a difference in a family, ladies and gentlemen, an entire family. Who would like to join Plant with Purpose tonight at that level? Bidder 148, thank you very much. Go ahead and raise them up nice and high. It's getting dark. 228 at $2,500. Thank you. 330 at $2,500. Many thanks. I'll come back the other way in a minute. 271, thanks for your $2,500 donation. 133, thanks for your $2,500 donation. I see you over here. 311, thanks for your 25. Give them a round of applause. You guys are rolling right along. Let's have some fun. Let's aggravate the neighbors. Did we get that last bidder number over there on the left? I called it kind of quickly. Hopefully you got it. Anyone else at the $2,500 level? Yes. Donor 291 at the $2,500 level. Thank you very much. Anyone else at $2,500? I'm going to have a moment of guilty silence. It works for the priest sometimes. Anyone else at $2,500? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to check into my iPad because I've got Mary King out there somewhere. God bless you, Mary. She donated at the $8,000 level. It just came through. Thank you, Mary. We also have Bruce Coy donated at the $8,000 level. Thank you, Bruce, ladies and gentlemen. And I have an anonymous donor at $2,000. And like I said, we'll work with any dollar amount that makes you happy. If you want to add up all your kids' age and then put 3 zeros behind it, that works perfectly fine by us. Anyone else at the $2,500 level? And again, thank you to all those donors virtually online. We appreciate it. Anyone else? All right, back to Christy.
Thank you very much again.
You guys are great.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Thank you. The next level is $1,000. We're going to increase crop yields. I did just talk about that a little bit. We do see that 37% increase in crop yields, but I want to talk to a little bit about how that happens. We don't do things for people. Instead, we know that all of the people that we're working with are uniquely gifted by God, have their own skills, talents, capacity to change their entire communities, and we see that in action. What we're doing is we're teaching and training entire communities and listening to the knowledge that exists within those communities, helping people learn new techniques for how to approach their land, thinking about how do we restore the entire watershed, how do we improve what we're growing on our farm, how do we do that perhaps a little bit more cost effectively. And all of those things together lead to that 37% increase in crop yields. So your $1,000 is going to enable us to teach and provide training to these farmers. That leads to that crop yield increase.
That is absolutely amazing. Once again, the transformation in these villages and these families, you see them out there, happiest bunch of people, and I understand they weren't always that way, and it was because of your generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at 91% of our goal right now. So let's see if we can take it over the top. $1,000. Who's in? Raise those paddles up high. Donor 149, thank you. Donor 326, thank you. I'll come back the other way in a second. 167, thank you very much. 202, yes, yes, yes. 249, thank you very much. 159, thank you. Is that a 109 in the back? 109, all at $1,000. Over on this side, I've got 263 at 1,000. I've got 152 at 1,000. I've got 123 at 2,000. 123 at 2,000. Thank you. 358 at 1,000. 357 at 1,000. 351. You guys are coming through big time. 309 at 1,000. 280. Thank you at 1,000. 108 at 1,000. 363. 1,000. 128. 1,000, 151, 1,000. Man, oh man, oh man, that's got to be about 15 or 20,000. Wait, there's more. 305 at $1,000. Thank you guys so much. Anyone else at 1,000? I'm looking, it's getting darker, so it's getting tougher to see. Last chance around the room. Let's see how my virtual audience is doing. I've got Roger Conover, ladies and gentlemen, that donated at $5,000. Holy cow, we got a bunch at $5,000. Had Roger at $5,000. I had Shirley come through at $5,000. Eric at $5,000. Brad Baker at $5,000. Boy, I turned my head away for 2 seconds, and my iPad lights up. So that was 20,000 online, moving us to 93,000. We're getting there. Again, a round of applause for all you donors. And again, thanks to my virtual audience for all their support out there, wherever you may be. Playing with Purpose loves you. Christy.
I also want to just remind everybody that we do have this big match tonight. So the gifts that you're giving, they will be doubled. So really, this next level, secure clean water, $500, but that will be $1,000 for every $500 that you give. At Plant with Purpose, Scott mentioned that we work in watersheds. I threw out that word a couple times. Not everybody knows what a watershed is. Essentially, a watershed is an area of land where all of the rain flows into the same streams, rivers, things like that. What we have learned over the years is that when we apply our work within a watershed, not just the people who are partnering with us benefit, their neighbors are also seeing a really large poverty reduction. So the impact that our farmers are having are helping to lift their neighbors out of poverty, even the neighbors who are unable to join our program, which is amazing. So what we're doing within a watershed is working with the farmers, working with a lot of the communities, thinking about how do we protect the farms from erosion, how do we also think larger within the watershed about the way that we manage land. What we see is that as we roll this out, streams are cleaner, water is more accessible, we're reducing the amount of time it takes families to go access water, and we're not just digging wells, we're thinking systematically about the ecosystem that supports supplies all of this. And so we know that this work is going to continue well into the future, well beyond our work in any location. So your gift of $500, remember, that's going to be $1,000 after the match, will bring sustainable clean water to communities through our watershed transformation work.
And the clean water, ladies and gentlemen, is so huge. One of the other charities that I work with that I love dearly, they focus on clean water. You have no idea, and I used to know, but I can't remember the number right now, how many children die every hour because of bad water, tainted water, coming from all kinds of bad places or just bad water. So getting these watersheds set up, getting clean water to these families, it's life-saving, absolutely life-saving, ladies and gentlemen. At $500, help me out. Raise those donor numbers. 148 at 500. Man, they're popping up like popcorn. 348, thank you very much. 167, thank you. 344, thank you. We're going to bust over our goal. 200, 200, thank you. 346, thank you, sir. 274, love the hat, thank you, sir. 121, thank you. 119, thank you, ma'am. 116, thanks so much. 107, thank you. Another cool hat, Ben Hogan hat. 133, all at the $500 level. 149 at $500. 340 at $500. I didn't get to do my Peloton today, so I'm going to work it out tonight. Here we go. 241 at 500. 307 at 500. Thank you. You guys are so generous. 321 at 500. 320. Thank you. Thank you. I love the whole table just popped up. 127, 184, 341, 120, all at the $500 level. Round of applause. Once again, all those 500s are thousands now. And online, I also had Mary Floyd Federer at $1,500. We had Sarah at $2,500. We had Joyce at $500. Steve at $2,500. Appreciate all those. So we are now at 95%. Let's kick it over the top. Round of applause. You guys are killing it. Thanks. Back to Christy.
If you're curious a little bit more about how that works, we did a session yesterday talking about the impact of our work and have a watershed video that we're posting on YouTube by Monday for sure. So check that out. We'll make sure that we send that along if you want to learn more about that. In a watershed, a lot of the work that we're doing that leads to that sustainable change is tree planting or tree growing. Sometimes we're cultivating trees that are already naturally regenerating. The world has been talking about trees so much lately because we know that in order to address climate change and the impact of what's coming our way, we need to remove a lot of the carbon from the atmosphere. And one of the best ways to do that is to plant a bunch of trees. We've been planting trees for 37 years, and we've been planting trees not thinking about climate change necessarily, but the big impact they have on watershed restoration, ecosystem health, and helping families grow out of poverty. Trees are a huge component of everything that we do, but they also have this secondary benefit of helping us as we're entering this world where we need to think more seriously about these things. So for $250, again, that doubles to $500 with this match. For $250, you can plant 250 trees. Very simple math there, $1 a tree. And that is an orchard. Often these are fruit trees. Sometimes they're different types of trees. But these are trees that are having a direct impact on all of the other things that we talked about. So raise an entire orchard for $250.
Absolutely. Here's your chance to jump in. I read Scott's book. If you've never read Scott Sabin's book, find it out there. It's awesome. I had no idea the impact that the trees make. Otherwise, without the trees, the water just runs all the junk right into the lakes, right into the rivers, and it's absolutely no good. We need these trees, and I'm not sure if this is a different match or the same match, but I've got another match at $250 for the first 10. Anyway, who's in at $250? Go ahead, raise their paddles. We're at 99. Holy cow. 307, 146, 127, 304, 334, 239, all at 250 to this side, 250. Everybody came to give tonight. 346, 121, 271, 132, 216, 244, 204. You guys are rocking it. I think that might put us over the top almost. I'll check. Anyone else at $250, ladies and gentlemen? What? 148. Thank you very much, sir. At 250. Anybody else? All right, I want to go back to my virtual audience because while we were chatting, they were donating. And I mean a bunch of money here. So let me make sure I get this right so I don't miss anybody. Okay, we got there. Here we go. We got Stephen Haugard, $2,500. Gabriella Swanson, thank you, $2,500. Dennis Law, $2,500. Amy McAweeny, $2,500. Lisa Parker, $250. Neva at $250. We are at 99% of our goal. A nice even $297,546. Next amount's $100. If you already give again, and let's take it over the top. We're going to talk about it, Christy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about trees again. I love to talk about trees. We do this a lot. Trees in our program, I just gave you a lot of the benefits. One of the things that's really cool about the way that we work is we're not just planting trees for people. There are wonderful organizations out there who are paying people to plant trees. That is very important work. What we're doing is different. We are mobilizing communities to think dramatically different about the value of those trees. So what we find is that communities are planting these trees. We teach, we train, we empower, we motivate people to move. And communities are realizing that by planting large numbers of trees, they are directly benefiting. The whole world is benefiting, but directly benefiting because of all of those secondary benefits of those trees. We also see that as we encourage people to plant trees instead of just doing it for them, they're thinking beyond just their immediate needs, and they're planting more native trees. They're trying to increase the biodiversity in their communities. They're working sustainably about restoring their watersheds, restoring entire ecosystems. So it's all connected. Trees bring us back to poverty. They often bring us back to God as we learn more about how God blesses us often through our community and through our local environment. So $100 plants 100 trees, same math, it's $1 a tree. Really simple, double that because of the match. $100 actually plants 200 trees tonight.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you will never get more bang for your $1 than planting an entire tree, $100 planting 100 trees. We had a little tree drive in honor of our dear friend Kirsty, and we're going to hear a little bit more about her, and we planted a whole bunch of trees in her memory. You guys see that? Let's plant some more in her memory. Who's in at 100? Raise your bid paddles up high. I'm looking for toners. Let's plant some trees. 361 at 100. 299 at 100. 305. Thank you. 339. 229. 294. 318. 288. 200. 116. 117 at 600. $600. 117 in the back. 342 at 100, 340 at 100. I'm looking for my iPad to keep kicking up. 308, thank you. 313, 358, 125, 351. 125 is 400 to my recorders. 125 is at 400. Thank you very much. 108 in the back of the house at $100. I've got Luke online at $100. Debbie online at 100. Rhonda online at 100. Anyone else in the virtual audience? There's about a 30-second delay, so crank them in. 152 at $100. Thank you very much. 152 at $100. Anyone else at the $100 level? Oh, wow. I got to, with that bright light in my eye, and then we turn it off, and all I see is dots. Is that 177? Yes, 177 in the back of the house. Is that 133? Yes. Or is that 333? 333 at $100. Oh, love lights in the eye. 333 at 100. You guys, I know the whole Plan with Purpose team is bursting with pride. It is so wonderful to have you back, and more importantly, so wonderful to have you support our mission, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone else at the $100 level? I'm looking around the room. I'm going to look at my iPad one last time. Corbin, Luke, Debbie, all in at the $100 level. $297,946, and I think that's going to kick up a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, again, on behalf of Christy, myself, Scott, the whole Plan with Purpose team, give yourself a round of applause. You guys have been incredibly generous.
I just want to say thank you again. I can't actually see you today because of those bright lights, but I really want to say thank you. And just be sure to check out our Global Impact video to see a little bit more about the big impact you had on really changing people's lives. Thank you.
Thanks, Christy. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the baby. That is so awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting, oh, wow, that is a bright light. It's a little too late to dim it now. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, I was talking about our dear friend Kirsty, and I'm going to ask Doug, I believe, is going to come up and say a few words, and then we have a little video that we're going to show you. Is it Doug coming up to join me? Oh, okay, sorry about that. Come on.
No worries. So I'm not quite Doug. I'm Philippe. I'm our communications manager.
You're shorter than Doug. You're a little shorter, but that's okay. I'm a lot shorter.
But tonight I think I'm going to introduce myself as the person who was lucky enough to have the desk right next to Kirsty Hibbard for 3 years. We worked together at Plant with Purpose. I think to many of us, probably the majority of people here, Kirsty Hibbard really doesn't need an introduction. But for everyone's benefit, Kirsty was a dear friend. She was one of the most vibrant, life-filled, enthusiastic, and just sweet, loving people you'll ever meet. And we very sadly lost our dear friend in an accident this past January. Shortly after that tragedy, a lot of her friends and family and loved ones, and there were many, she was well loved because she loved others so well. So many people came together to donate trees to be planted in her honor. And these trees would be planted in the Dominican Republic and in our program in Mexico. Those were two of our program sites that she had the opportunity to visit during her time with us. And I actually was very privileged to have the opportunity to be in Oaxaca when the first of those trees were being planted. In total, over 40,000 trees were donated in honor of our friend. And I was blown away by the care and attention to detail and just love that our team in Mexico put into the inauguration of this planting site. They offered me to say a few words there. They had a little ceremony. They even gave me the opportunity to plant the first tree, which felt like such a humongous privilege because knowing how well-loved Kirsty was, I really wish I could have shared that moment with everyone. I wish I could have had everyone who loved her with me there on that hillside. And so, without being able to do exactly that, we recorded the moment on video, and I want to formally dedicate tonight's gala in memory and in love of our friend Kirsty. The gala was a big center point of what she did at Plant with Purpose, and so this event tonight and every gala moving forward has her fingerprints all over this. So, yeah, come see what happened in Mexico.
Cuando una persona que nosotros estimamos y queremos se va, regularmente nos ponemos tristes y lloramos. Pero hoy yo quisiera que en este momento nosotros nos pusiéramos contentos y diéramos gracias a Dios porque mandó a una persona buena que quizás no estuvo muchos años.
Nosotros la recordamos con una gran sonrisa, una sonrisa que inspiraba amistad, que inspiraba el amor de Dios. Y pues con cariño vamos a continuar ese legado que nos dejó, ¿no? De respetar la tierra, de plantar más árboles.
Gracias por su vida, Señor, porque seguramente nos dejó contentos también en esta tierra, Señor. Solamente a ti es la gloria, la honra, Señor, el poder, Padre misericordioso.
A pesar de que su vida se siente demasiado corta, tanto el impacto de su vida como los árboles dados en su honor darán forma a las vidas de las generaciones futuras durante muchos años.
Gracias a Cristi.
Kirsty's entire family's here tonight, and I know how proud she is that you're all here supporting the organization that she loves so dearly. Don't sweat the small stuff is my message to you. Don't sweat the small stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, nothing would make Kirsty happier than you guys spending a whole lot of money to support Plan with Purpose. So I'm going to give you another opportunity to do that, and that's going to be the live auction. So you're actually going to get something cool, and you're going to get to help a wonderful organization, ladies and gentlemen. So the first item up for bid, and Catherine, I'm not seeing it come up on my iPad yet. Have you thrown it up? Unfortunately, my tech team's inside. Have you thrown it up on the iPad there? Not on that, but on the iPad so I can see my online bidders. Anyway, while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and describe that first item, ladies and gentlemen. Manhattan Beach. I went online and I checked this hotel out. It's a brand new, it's called the Shade Hotel in Manhattan Beach. It's right on the water. It's closer than this. There's not a street between here and the water, ladies and gentlemen. It's Manhattan Beach's only luxury hotel. It's called the Shade Retreat, ladies and gentlemen, and it is amazing. So it is for a 2-night stay. You can probably fit 15 or 20 people in the room, but I think it's set up for 2 to 4. And it also comes with a $100 gift card. You can enjoy brunch or dinner at Shade's amazing restaurant. All right, I see it online. All right, we've already got a couple bids going. The only problem, yeah, we were starting at $400, so I had a $400 bidder, Dave, thank you. $500 bidder, Derek, thank you. Now we're looking for $600. $600 bidder now, who bid it at $600? All you got to do is raise your bid card up, or the online bidders might beat you. I'm at $500 right now. Do I have a $600 bidder? That's not even $300 a night, and you get a $100 gift card. Bidder 125 is in at $600. Do I have 7? $600 bidder now bid it at 7. We bid $700. 2-night getaway just down the street, ladies and gentlemen. You can jump in your car, have a little staycation. I've got 600 of the gentlemen on the left-hand side looking at my iPad for my virtual bidders. Get those bids in quickly because I got about a 15-second delay. Anyone else at the $700, dead ahead. You were almost going down the road. 700. Well, you're going to let them get away with that. Just go ahead and outbid them. That's the American thing. Yes. $800 bidder right over there. $800 bidder now. Let's take it to $99999. $800 bidder now $999. $800 bidder now $999. $800. Anybody else? One time at $800 to the gentleman on the left-hand side. I'm looking online. Derek, Dave, what are you going to do? Derek, Dave, what are you going to do? $800 bidder going twice at $800. Going to take one last pass across the room. Unfortunately, you guys here have a little head start over the online bidders because there is a bit of a delay, and that works to your benefit because it is sold to the gentleman right over here at $800. Bidder number, can I see that bid number? Bid number 125. 125, thank you much. All right, next item up for bid is, check this out. This is cool. I've never auctioned anything off like this, but every once in a while, don't you just want to get away from it all? Just kind of unplug, leave the TV, leave the phone, leave everything. This is where you can do it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lucky Dog Ranch, and it is in St. Ignatius up in northwest Montana. Now look at that. Just take a look and imagine leaving the phone, leaving the TV, just hanging out, ladies and gentlemen. The owners will make some meals for you. All right, so they'll do a little cooking for you. There's no fancy restaurants in the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, they actually do have some fancy restaurants. Oh, no, favorite restaurants is what they said, not fancy. I'll tell you what, I'm looking for 3 $500 donors to meet the match. I need 3 $500 donors. I need 5 $300 donors. I need 15 $100. How much you want to donate, sir? 75? 500. Bidder 228 at 500. I only need 1,000 more to meet the match. I'll take it any which way. Thank you, bidder 228. Anyone else want to donate? 250, 100, 500, 1,000. That'll get us there. How much, ma'am? 250 right there. Bidder number That's okay. 148-750. I need $750 more to spend every dime of that guy's money or gal's money or organization's money. We don't know whose money it is. Anybody else want to give me, how about 3 more at 250? 3 more at 250. Come on, can you find it in your heart? Skip dinner one night. What the heck? I mean, anyone else? What? 250. Thank you. Don't make me beg. It's so painful. 1, 2, 3 at 250. I only need 500 more, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you what, 108 at 500. Excuse me, at how much? 250 at 500. All right. So let's spend. All right. I tell you what, 108 at 500. And just because I've been bugging you for money, and I want to plant some trees in Kirsty's honor, I'm in for 500 as well. So just write me down for 500. Mine doesn't get matched, but that's okay. All right, back to how could I get away and a huge round of applause. We just took all their money. That was great. We took all the money in the match. That's what it's all about. The Lucky Dog Bunkhouse, ladies and gentlemen. 1 room, okay. It's 1 room, so don't bring the whole family. Just you and the wife. Little getaway, you know? Or maybe just the wife wants to go leave. Just a real good getaway. I don't know. But the owners will fix the meals for you. It's got a queen-size bed. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. They're being honest here. This is not false advertising. No fancy kitchen, no TV. But what they do have is the moon and the stars and ghost stories around the campfire. And all I'm looking for is an opening bid of $200 on the Lucky Dog Getaway. $200 Getaway Lucky Dog Ranch. Anybody? Oh, I've already got a $600 bid. Forget the $200. We're going for more. $600 bidder to Dave somewhere in the virtual audience. I need 8. You want to go 8? $800 to bidder 228. $800 bidder now looking for 1,000. Looking for 1,000. $1,000 bidder now looking for 1,000. Dave's. Oh, Dave, you're already outbid. You're at 8. I've got 1,000 now is what I need. I need 1,000. I've got 8 in the room. I need $1,000 for my virtual audience or someone else in the room. I've got $800 to the gentleman. I've got 1,000 in the back of the house. Thank you very much, family. $1,000. You can bring the little one. It'd be a beautiful getaway. $1,000 in the back of the house. Dave, I'm sorry you just got outbid again, but it's coming in pretty fast. I've got 1,000 in the room. Dave, I'm looking for you at 1,200. I'm going to stay right here. Look at, oh, no, 1,200 to bidder, 228. Now I need 14, Dave. I know it's crazy. 1,200 to the gentleman on the right-hand side. Do I have 1,400? Dave, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but you keep going. Now Steve's in at 1,200, but it's still not quick enough. This delay's killing you. I've got 14 is what I need. I've got 12 looking for 14. I've already got 12 right there. I'm looking for 1,400. $1,200 bidder right over here. Do I have 14? I'm looking for Dave. Yep, there we go. Now, Dave, you're in the lead. Attaboy, Dave. All the crowds are waving for you. Dave's in at $1,400. $1,400 bidder. Do I have 16? 14 looking for 16. 14. I'm 16. Sorry, Dave. 1,600. I forget. Dave's over there. He's not here. $1,600 bidder to the gentleman right over here. Dave, what are you going to do, Dave? $1,600 bidder. Do I have 18? $1,600 bidder. We're looking for 18. 1,800. $1,800 bidder. I'm going to be blind. 16 looking for 18. Everybody's chanting. Dave, Dave, Dave. 16 looking for 18. Dave, Dave, what are you going to do? We're at 16 going one time, Dave. Just say, I don't have to. $1,800 to the young lady right over, or gentleman right over there. 281, sorry, I can't see anymore. 281 right over there, in it, $1,800. Now I need 2,000. 291, sorry about that. $1,800 right over there at 18. Do we have 2? Do we have 2? Do we have 2? 18 going one time. Oh, now Neva's in at 18, but Neva, you're too late. 2,000 to the gentleman on the right-hand side. $2,000 bidder now. How about 2,200? 2,000 right over here. How about 22? 2,200. I've got 2,000 to the gentleman. How about 2,200? 2,200. Gentleman right over there is in at 2, going one time at 2. Twice at $2,000 right over here. And it is going. Looking online, going. And sold. $2,000 right over here. Raise that bid card one more time, will you? Bidder number 228. Thank you very much. Hey, Neva, Dave, Steve online. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Neva, Dave, Steve. All right, we're going to go on to our third item. I forgot I don't have Christy to read for me, so I got to do the whole dang thing. All right, we are going from Montana to a beautiful bay in Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a little bigger. It's a 3-night escape. That's not it. That is not Mexico. It is a 3-night escape, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Check out that view. 3-night escape in a private home at San Basilio Bay, Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. It includes transportation to and from the airport, 3 meals a day prepared by the local staff, and it is 6 guests, 3 nights, private home. Opening bid. Let me check online, make sure I don't have anybody going here so far. Oh, I don't want to talk to you, Siri. Not now. All right, anybody? I'm looking for an opening bid, $2,000 on the getaway. $2,000 opening bid. Let's head to Mexico. They'll pick you up at the airport, take you right there. Hang out. $2,000 to the gentleman right over here. Looking for a $2,500 bid, ladies and gentlemen. I'm at $2,000, looking for a $2,500 bidder now. Bid it at $2,500. $2,000, looking for $25,000. I'm looking online. $25,000 to the gentleman right over here. How about $3,000? Back to you. I'll just ping pong it right here. $3,000 bidder right over here. Now, he got you the first time. You can let him get you twice? Come on. $3,000 bidder right over here. How about $35,000? $3,000 bidder. You're not going to get dessert until we sell this. $3,500, brand new bidder right there. $3,500 bidder to AF 44444. He's there. I didn't make him up. Swear to God. $3,500 bidder bid it at $4,000. $35,000. Yes, $4,000 bid. It's like tennis, back and forth. $4,000 bidder on the left-hand side. I've only got 2 to go. $4,000 to AF 4,500. $4,000 looking for $4,500. It is going, and looking online. Sold him. $4,000 to the gentleman right over here. Bidder is that 125, right? Yes, 125. We're going to be good friends. Yes, big fan of ours. I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we sold this package a couple times, and I've talked to people that have gone. If you want to ski, and it's that time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, this is the place to go, all right? It is a premium 2-bedroom condo at the Red Mountain Ski Resort, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we get a picture of it or not, but it is there. It is. Look at that. It's been donated every year, and thanks so much to the family that does that. Now we got a little bonus this year. So it's a 4-night stay in a premium 2-bedroom condo plus an option for a 1-night stay. And this sounds really amazing. I've never done it before. Brand new ski in, ski out, Constella cabins up on the mountain. So how cool? Not down below, but up on the mountain. Ski in, ski out. It's in British Columbia, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4 days of skiing. And here's the kicker. It includes 4 days of high-performance rentals. So you don't have to deal with bringing anything. They've got boots, poles, skis for you. You'll be ready to go. Once again, in lovely Red Mountain Resort, British Columbia, opening bid. And let me look online to make sure nobody's ahead of me here. There we go. Nope. $3,000 bidder now. Who's in at $3,000, ladies and gentlemen? $3,000 bidder to get it going. $3,000 bidder now. Come on, let me see a hand out there. I know a few of you have already gone on this trip and have loved it. I'm looking for someone at $3,000, ladies and gentlemen, to get it started. It's about a $6,000 package. Heck, costs you $3,000 to rent ski gear for 4 days for 4 people. I'm looking for an opening bid at $3,000. $3,000 bidder now. Bid it at $3,000. I've got 3 right here. $3,000 bidder now. How about $3,500? $3,500 bidder now. Do I have $35,000? I've only got 1 more to go. $3,500 bidder. I've got $3,000 looking for $35,000. $3,000 looking for $35,000. I'm looking online. Oop, I clicked the wrong button. There we go. $3,000 looking for $3,500. I haven't forgotten you guys out there. You get no skiers in the house. Come on. $3,000 bidder right over here. About $3,500. Anyone in at $35,000? Taking one last pass. That's you at $3,000 going 1 time. $3,000 going twice. All in, all done. $35,000, gentlemen, right over here. $3,500 bidder. Thank you very much. I don't know where my spotters went. Now's when I need you. $3,500 bidder. Do I have 4? $3,500 bidder. Do I have 4? $35,000 looking for $4,000. $35,000 looking for 4. Online in the room. $3,500 looking for 4. Once, twice. You're going skiing. Sold it for $3,500. You'll have a great time. That is bidder number 291. Thank you very much, sir. We greatly appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last item is coming up on the block. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is, hey, we're taking you everywhere. We had you in Montana. Now we're sending you to Round Rock, Texas. And this is cool. This is a family getaway, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody out there's got a family or you got grandkids, this is it. It's a 2-night weekend stay for 4 in a double queen room at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions in Round Rock. They have, there you see it. It is the home of America's largest indoor water park and tomfoolery's adventure park. If I remember right, this may sound, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it was over 200,000 feet of like water, square feet of like water slides. They got slides for all ages, even as old guys like me. There's a slide that we can handle, ladies and gentlemen. But seriously, if you've got grandkids or you're a parent out there and you've got younger kids, let's face it, your 19-year-old's probably not going to be that excited about it. But if you got, 6, 8, 10-year-olds, I guarantee they're going to love it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 2-night weekend stay for 4. Opening bid is $500. Anybody online? $500 opening bid. Head to the water park. $500 bidder now bid it at 5. Come on, somebody. I know you guys got grandkids. I'm looking at you. I can tell you're not fooling me. $500 bidder. You don't have to go. Give it to your kids and they can take the grandkids. Come on. $500 bidder now looking for 500. $500 bidder looking for 5. I do believe this is the last. We got some. Thank you. 500 to the young lady right there. $500 bidder now. How about 6? $500 bidder now looking for 6. Looking for 6. Looking for 6. We got to end on time. 500. Anybody else? Nobody else. I've always wanted to go to Round Rock, Texas. Be honest, haven't you? Seriously, I mean, no, I looked it up on a map. It's a nice place. $500 right here in a huge water park. Who cares where it is? It's all about the water park and the kids. $500 going one time to the young lady. $500 going twice. Sebastian, you were a little bit late online. You want to go 6, Sebastian? 6? What do you think, Sebastian? I've got 5 to the young lady right here. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds just so I can make sure that this is, in fact, yep, we're in good shape. $500 looking for 600. Sebastian. 5 to the young lady going one time. She beat you out by a half second. 5 to the young lady going twice. Sebastian, looking at you. 5. Wait for that digital Wi-Fi signal to come in. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, congratulations. So to the young lady right over here. Bidder number 358 at $500. Thank you so much. You guys, I know we blew by our goal. I don't know what it is, but give yourself a round of applause again on behalf of Scott and the whole Plant with Purpose community. We can't thank you enough. So what do I got next? I need more hands. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we did that. Oh, we need to bring Paul on stage. We've got a special award for a very special couple. Paul, are you out there? There's Paul right there. Ladies and gentlemen, give Paul a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Doug.
It said
you
Paul
got
on
me
the
at the wrong
sheet.
place, Mike. And this is Scott.
It says Mike invites.
Oh, you can come up
it
too if
says
you
Mike
want.
invites Paul onto the stage. I don't know.
It's all right.
I don't write this.
The Adrian Award for Exceptional Service was established in honor of Don and Doris Adrian to recognize, thank you, wonderful, to recognize people who have made an extraordinary contribution to Plant with Purpose in a volunteer capacity and over an extended period of time.
Almost 30 years ago, I had just gotten a half-time job with this organization and was absolutely horrified to learn that part of my job was asking people for money. Well, I knew we needed some money. We were almost out, and somebody said there was an attorney in Hermosa Beach who was somehow connected to the founder, and I should drive up there and ask him for money. And I got in my car, left way too early because, I mean, Hermosa Beach is a long way from San Diego. And I got there a half hour early, and I remember sitting outside the offices of Baker, Burton, and Lundy, scared to death, praying, looking at my watch. Okay, 25 minutes till I got to go in. Okay, 20 minutes till I got to go in. And that was the first time I ever met Albro Lundy. Fast forward to 2 years, and he's on our board of directors, and I'm applying for a full-time job as the director. It is safe to say that both of our lives are very different today than they would have been had we not met. And I'd like to ask Albro and his wife Kathy, the award is for both of them, to come to the stage, and Doug will talk a little bit more about what they've done.
This year, we are very honored to present this award to Albro and Kathy Lundy. The Lundys have been champions of Plant with Purpose since the founding of the organization as Floresta in the mid-1980s. Albro was a friend of Floresta founder Tom Woodard's brother, and he became intrigued with the organization's unique approach to poverty alleviation. Albro served 2 terms on the board of directors and has volunteered his time as the organization's general counsel for well over 20 years. Kathy has served on the board as board chair, as well as chairing the External Affairs Committee. One of Kathy's most important legacies with the board has been her emphasis on prayer. Together, they have helped connect dozens, maybe hundreds of people to Plant with Purpose. Many of us are here tonight, including many here. And additionally, Kathy has led the annual Oaxaca Wahinis trip to visit Plant with Purpose work in Oaxaca for many years. Kathy and Albro live in Palos Verdes and have 4 grown children, Albro, Neva, Ian, and Alden, who have grown up with the organization and have each visited Plant with Purpose program in various countries.
We said, do we get to say anything tonight, Scott? And he goes, you get 30 seconds. He knows me. I think the greatest thing that's ever happened to Plant with Purpose, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart because it's been 37 years, first Gala, we love Plant with Purpose, is when we hired Scott Sabin. Can I get a hand? Truly. Because Scott loves Plant with Purpose inside, and he has a vision and a passion. And I remember sitting in board of directors meetings, and he had these charts out with 8, 10, 12 countries we're going to hit. We're in 1 right now. I'm like, who is this guy? But the bottom line is, I looked up charity in the Bible, and St. James, the word for charity is love. And this is what we do. Give God's love here and all over the world, because we are a real charity that knows how to love.
We do want to say thank you for this honor, but even more for the honor of being part of the Plant with Purpose family. It has changed our life, our family's life, many of our friends' life to be involved in this. And so I really also want to say thank you to you, Scott, and everybody here on the Plant with Purpose team, and everybody who's watching, everybody who's here supporting, and all of our teams in the countries. Thank you for what you do. You're changing the world.
Amen. Thank you, guys. Group hug.
Doug, I'm gonna email you this tomorrow, but your name is from now on out Paul. Sorry about that. We made a little change there. Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring up Pastor Katrina Pennington to give the closing prayer, I am happy to report that according to my iPad, and if it's on an iPad, it's got to be right. It's kind of like if it's in Facebook, it's got to be accurate, right? Sure. We have exceeded our goal by 25%. We have raised $329,946. Thank you, all because of your generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we had a bunch of last-minute donors coming in there, and I want to thank all those in the virtual audience. This is probably going to be the new thing for Plant with Purpose because we've got a huge support base here in San Diego, and we appreciate them, but we also have a huge support base all over the country, and we thank you so much for supporting us virtually, and hope someday you can come to San Diego and be at the Gala Live, but in the meantime, we're grateful for your support virtually. So ladies and gentlemen, for the closing prayer, if I could direct your attention to the screens, Pastor Katrina Pennington is going to give us that.
Will you pray with me? Lord God, first of all, even as we close our time together tonight, we cannot help but give you praise and thanks, not just for this good time together, but for the many reminders of who you are and all the many ways you continue to be at work in and through the global family called Plant with Purpose. In a year of turmoil and chaos and heartbreak, we have turned to you over and over again. And though there are things we simply cannot understand right now, this we know. Through it all, you've been faithful. You've carried us. And we thank you for your faithfulness, for your goodness, and for your provision. And Lord God, we need you now more than ever. We need you to continue to guide us as an organization, guide the staff, the board, our ministry partners, our supporters. Lead on, Lord God, because we only want to go where it is you are leading us. We ask for continued wisdom, guidance, protection, and provision. And we pray that the name of Jesus would be lifted high through the work of Plant with Purpose, and that people would come to live fully transformed lives because of this partnership in the gospel. As Richard Stern likes to say, when we committed ourselves to following Christ, we also committed to living our lives in such a way that a watching world would catch a glimpse of God's character. Lord God, we pray that that would be true everywhere we serve. Let people catch a glimpse of you and your kingdom through the work that we are privileged to partner in. And now to you, Lord God, who is able to do far more abundantly than we ever ask or even imagine. According to the power at work with us, to you be glory in the church and in Christ Jesus throughout all generations forever and ever. We pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's everybody give a wave to our live stream audience. They're going to be going to bed now, so we're going to be ending the live stream. Again, thank you guys all for your support. We do appreciate it. For the guests here, I hope you're enjoying dessert, the last little bit of business, and we want to thank everybody that participated in the silent auction and also some of the online items we had, and then we also had our opportunity drawing. So it's time to find out who gets the Echo Show 10 and the Apple AirPods. Bring them on up here. What do we have here first? Looks like the AirPods. I recognize that because I got a pair. I love them. They're awesome. Ride my Peloton. Okay, hopefully we have names, but no, we don't. And so I hope you can see your numbers because that's the way we're doing it. Get those ticket numbers out. This is for the AirPods. It is number 267, last three. That's the important ones, 068. 267 068. Are you out there? Yes, young lady right there. She came through to help me out. Okay, congratulations. Come on up here. Run right on up here. And now we have, I don't even know what an Echo Show 10 is, but I'm sure it's cool if it's an Echo. It's hard to keep up, you know what I'm saying? So you have, here's your AirPod. We're going to give them to you right here, and you can sync them on your way home. Thank you so much for your support. That is awesome. Round of applause for that young lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we got the Echo right over there, so you can take that home too. 267. How many people had 267? I'm betting everybody. Here's the big three. 040. Who's got it? 040. 267 040. Come on, look at those numbers. I know, so we got it? Yes, right up front. All right. Come on up. This young lady, you want to just meet this gentleman right up here? He bought a whole bunch. See, more is always better. It is always better. He predicted his win. He told Grace and Allie that he was walking home with it. Again, thanks to all those that participated in the opportunity drawing. We thank you. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we got a young lady that stepped in to help us out when we lost our dear friend Kirsty, and her name is Catherine, and it was her first year, and she got thrown in the middle of it without Kirsty here to guide her through it, and she's done a wonderful job, and we got a little something special for you. Catherine, are you hiding back in there in the tech room? Where's Catherine? Come on up here to the stage, and if you would, give her a round of applause. Catherine, coming from the back of the house, there she is. We've got some beautiful flowers for you. Scott grew those in his own backyard. No, he didn't. I can't tell a lie. I can't tell a lie. You got anything you want to say, Catherine, your first one? I'm thinking maybe not. No? Give this young lady a round of applause. Thanks. Appreciate it. And the entire committee that helped out. Also, you can check out, this just doesn't get any better than this. If you want to check out and you don't want to deal with the line or anything like that, as long as you put your credit card info in your phone when you registered, you can check out on the phone and take care of it. If you purchased a live auction item, will we mail those to them, Stacy? Or how are we going to get the live auction items to? Are they at checkout? They're at checkout? Okay, so if you got a live auction item, pick that up at checkout. Well, once again, if you just want to check out online, you can do that. We appreciate it. Again, thanks to the whole committee. Thanks to Stacy and her team. Thanks to Catherine and her team. My name is Mike Hogan. It's been a pleasure being back with you again. Look forward to a better year ever in 2022. But right now, you guys just blew it out of the water. Give yourself a big round of applause. God bless you. And have a great night, all right? Thanks, everybody.